I guess this is going to be my recap of Emerald's Fur Summit 2018. Well, it was my first furry convention, so that's something. It's much more than that, obviously. Most people, maybe furry conventions are kind of lame. But to me, I've been waiting to go to some form of convention that would interest me, but especially a furry convention for a long time now. And I was really happy that I was able to finally go. So this whole story behind it is that I was not able to go to any of these because A, I was not really old. I was 18, 19, still under my family, with my grandparents, but I'm considered an adult now, and they're not really as crazy about it. But they said, well, furries are bad, they're evil. I was really blunt with them, and I just told them they're not like that. The furries aren't sex-craved monsters, whatever, even though there is a sex side to it. I'm not denying that. I said, well, it's just a bunch of 20-something-year-olds, and that's really what it is. It's people who are like in their early 20s, It's kind of like anything else. It's not harmful. It's just a bunch of people, who want to dress up, or not even have to dress up, just people who are interested in the same kind of thing, furries. People, there's all kinds of other interests in the fandom, other than just furry itself, but that's the main thing. So it's just a big old meetup. And they were like, okay, fine, just schedule some time off. I reserved for some rooms, and I was like, woo. And I was praying that my work would let me have that weekend off, and this is 3 months in advance. This is like in June or July, whenever I reserved the days. And lo and behold, they actually approved those days. So I was actually able to go. And my God, can I tell you, the hype to this convention was a lot. There was a ton, and I mean a ton of hype leading up to it. I was real excited. Now, about a week or two before the actual convention, I started to get a little nervous because, I have anxiety pretty badly sometimes. And going to a place with a bunch of people that I probably don't know, kind of scared me a bit. But then, I realized I'm not being forced to do this, and this is something I want to actually do. I tried to overcome my anxiety. But it kind of carried on, but kind of took a back seat of it, in a way. Whenever I actually got there, we packed up and stuff. I picked out my most furry trash shirts and stuff because, well, why not? I gotta make myself look a little better. I even got, asked my, somebody who commissioned one of my icons on Twitter if I could make a badge out of it. They said, sure. And I spent about 3 hours making a badge, getting self-laminating things, and making a badge out of it. I mean, it looks okay. That was my first time wearing a con badge as well. I didn't realize you could probably stick the con badge in front of the actual con badge that they give you at the door. I thought you had to have that one displaying first, but apparently you don't. As long as they can see that badge, you're fine. I didn't realize that. So I did all that. We were getting close to that time, around September 21st, that's when the con started, getting ready, packing things up. That was fun. And drive there wasn't too bad. I live about 3 hours or so from Pensacola. I know some people who drove way further than I did. I rode with my grandparents, but somebody there was from Baton Rouge. There's somebody from Mexico who went there. That's a pretty far distance to go to a convention on the other side of the United States. Yeah, but it was only a 3-hour drive, which is fine. Much better than other rides I've been to, because there's actually things to look at on the way there. A lot of water, a lot of pretty scenes. You go through Mobile and stuff. You get to go under a tunnel. It's a classic drive. We got to the hotel. I was very nervous. I walked in. Of course, I didn't realize how hotels worked, but they were like, oh, you gotta wait until noon before we can actually check in, so you gotta stay here for a while. It was about 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning when I got in. And first thing I see is I see the reg desk, the registration desk with, the banner. So I know I'm in the right hotel. And I see a bunch of people I've never seen before, obviously. I haven't seen any of these people, mind you. I mean, I talked to a few online. It's a weird feeling going in and seeing something that you see online and then seeing it's real. I've never done that before. I met 2 online friends before, but never done something like this, I was just scared. I didn't even go to the reg desk at first. First, I saw Cabo just walk by, and, Cabo's the con chairman, and he was busy looking, obviously, because this is before opening ceremonies at 10. He looked like he was really sweaty and really nervous. So I just kind of waved at him in a very nervous way, because I was like, hi. I had to go to the bathroom. This is the thing, I had to go to the bathroom for, the past, 30 minutes before getting in there. So the first thing I asked was, where's the bathroom at? And I couldn't find it. I was like, oh wait, it's there, but where? So you had to go down this hallway, and it was on the right side. But I found my way there. And then when I came back out, went to the reg desk, told them my name and stuff. They gave me the poster and the mug because I got a super sponsor thing because I was like, why the hell not? And I told my grandparents, I'm like, hey, just hold this, okay? And they put it in the car. And immediately after that, I see the only person I recognize besides Cabo. And well, you'll probably know who it is if you've known by how many videos and stuff I've got this dude. The Potato Man. Stormy the Fourth. So, one of my best friends. And he's like, I think I know you from somewhere. Is what literally he told me that. And I'm like, I think I know you from somewhere too. And then he just gave me a hug. And we talked for about like 5 minutes. That kind of eased myself into the convention, I guess, because I was a bit nervous going in. It was a bit of a relief to see somebody you kind of know. Though, of course, me seeing him in real life for the first time, that was kind of like, ooh, that was a bit weird. It felt kind of relaxing that there was somebody you actually knew at the convention. Of course, he wasn't the only one there, but he was probably like the only close friend I had that went. Because somebody else that's supposed to go didn't end up going. They're going to another convention. They didn't go to that one for whatever reason. Things got in their way, I guess. Well, him being the guest of honor and all, he was kind of busy as well. Kind of get ready for the opening ceremonies and stuff. And I was too afraid to ask for pictures and stuff because it looked like they were all busy, and I'm like, maybe now's not the time. I kind of regret it because he actually was taking pictures and I didn't realize it. By the time I realized I could take pictures, he already walked away. And I was like, I saw Treble and them, and I was like, man, I want to get a picture with them. I literally said, I want to get pictures when I go to the convention. And the thing that really, I guess, eased myself into is when I started talking to some other people there. There's about 4 people sitting down on the chairs, by the fireplace. That says, fireplace hot, do not touch, or something like that. It's funny. But we talked for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes before the opening ceremony, because it was about 9:30 whenever I actually sat down, and we talked for a while. And I got to meet some people, make friends with somebody I talked to for a while. So basically we talked for a while, and the opening ceremonies was going on after that. We went to opening ceremonies. We all sat down as a group, whatever, on like one of the very first rows in the entire room. And you could tell they were all really tired. We were all really tired. I had basically no sleep. Nobody had any sleep. I had like 3 or 4 hours of sleep before this because I was trying to get homework done and stuff, which I didn't even finish. It was too much. I said, screw it. The con staff, everybody who was in the room, they kind of had something planned for opening ceremonies, but they were just kind of like talking. It was supposed to go on for like 30 minutes to an hour, but it was only like 15 minutes. And it was like, well, dang, what are we going to talk about now, guys? Could let you go. And it was like, you should tell some jokes. I yelled that. And they kind of tried to tell some jokes. My favorite one being, they were talking about, like, the box fort thing that they're going to have. And then Cowboy is just like, oh, it's kind of like Minecraft, isn't it? And it's like, yeah. Can I be a creeper? You are a creeper, Cabba. Context is really important. The Megaplex guys who were running the audio equipment there did some really funny sound effects. And then you had, like, Stormy over there being like, I'm being really creeped out. I have a recording of it somewhere. I don't know. I don't think I put it on YouTube, but I did put it on Twitter, which is pretty funny. That was fun. And, of course, after that, I don't know why I didn't talk to them because they were really busy. That's probably why. Despite the fact that this was their first year, they looked like they knew what they were doing. Probably because they had some help, but I think it's because they've had a long time to organize meetups and stuff. So, this is from the Open Coast Furs. So basically, after the opening ceremonies, I sat around. One of the people who were out there in the front lobby, I started to become good friends with them. We are friends now. But we talked for pretty much all 3 days. But, we had this one little table. It was in a really weird spot. They had, I think it was called Tristan Hall or something like that, north and south. It was a room that you could divide with like a little divider thing. That ended up becoming the game room and the artist alley and dealer's den. It was in a really weird spot because you could see people running back and forth trying to get things set up. I felt like I was in the way because we were standing up a bit and people were trying to walk by with these big suits. People were probably fursuiting and stuff and all kinds of other crap. They had the box fort and stuff. That was the first one, I believe, was the box fort. I got to meet some of my other friends. I met Addy Cat. We've been friends for a little while as well. I'm trying to remember that third guy. Who's Ty? Didn't meet her until, I think the second day, though. I met quite a few people that day. The best part, I think, was whenever we were going to Stormy's panel on YouTubers and stuff. That was pretty cool. Because, Stormy and Shonday, they were hosting that. I don't want to spoil anything, because I know he's probably putting the entire panel on YouTube. It's kind of a weird feeling, because about right towards the end, it's like, dude, is there any questions? And Stormy's just like, and I know you have quite a few, Sonky, because he probably knows I ask a lot of questions. That was kind of fun, I tried to talk to him, but they were so tight on time. Almost immediately. I was trying to stay after a little bit to talk to him, but there's a lot of people who wanted to talk to Stormy as well. It felt kind of weird because, like I said, we were really good. He's one of my best friends, period. I have about 7 online friends that I consider best friends, and Stormy's one of those. You can kind of tell because the way I talk to him and the way to most people probably talk to him was radically different. Most people were like, "Hey Stormy, I'm a big fan." And I'm just like, "Hey Stormy, what's up?" It's kind of a weird thing. But he was so busy because he's the guest of honor. So basically, coming out of Stormy and Sonny's panel, they were trying to walk to the Headless Lounge, which is, for whatever reason, they put the game room and the artist alley in these big old rooms, and they had so much space left over. Not because there was nothing there, they laid it out so well, but I feel like they could have probably laid some of this out in these other rooms. But the Headless Lounge and con rooms were so tiny. Almost all the time, the door would be open because people were just sticking out, basically. Especially during the Stormy one. There's so many people. I got in there a little late, I think, so I wasn't able to sit down. I was standing right towards the front, though. That was kind of weird. because it was about a 30-minute thing, so me just standing there is kind of weird. Of course, I had like a bit of a cough, and I still do, honestly, for the past like 4 months, and I don't think that's because I'm sick. I think it's just allergies, just non-stop allergies, pretty much. So you might hear me coughing, but maybe he'll edit that out, hopefully. So if you hear a cough in that video, that's me. Sorry. He was trying to get to the headless zone. Could you imagine 30 minutes inside of a dang suit? It's pretty hot. So he was pretty exhausted. I was just trying to say hey, because we didn't really talk again. Because we talked a little bit at the beginning, and that was it. But we didn't really get to say much. I wanted to talk to him for a bit longer, but we didn't really get to. The convention was small enough where you really didn't need a handler, as far as I've heard from all the zooters. They said, there was enough people there. They could kind of watch out and make sure you weren't tripping over anybody. And, despite how tiny it was, there was clear walkways and stuff. Except for the path to the actual headless zone. You had to actually kind of go around and then go to it. You couldn't just cut straight through. Some people did that, and they kind of tripped. They also had, like, the online furry communities thing right before that I also went to. Basically, I was scared I was going to miss some of these panels. So I was, like, trying to run through some of these, skipping lunch and crap. Because it just so happened all the panels I wanted to go to were right around lunchtime. I had to eat quick, and I didn't actually eat out anywhere during the entire convention. And I kind of regret that, because I ate Lunchables. That crap, if you eat it enough times, will just make you feel sick. It ain't good for you. But other than that, I don't really remember too much more from day one, because it really wasn't the eventful one. I was honestly way too nervous. I got very few fursuit pictures with anybody. I pretty much talked to my one friend for like pretty much the entire time. I don't really regret that because I got to know him a bit. My anxiety got to me a little bit. It was my first day at my first con, so understandably I was a little nervous, not talking to many people. I didn't really try to get to meet people. The one thing I do remember is on that day, I did go to the dance. The dance was pretty awesome. Now, of course, I didn't go to it when it was packed, because it did start at like 9. That's when it was packed, but of course during 9 o'clock, I don't remember where I was. I was somewhere. We went into that dance thing at like a 10:30 or 11. I wasn't in there for too long. I didn't really dance, but I got a lot of picture recordings of some people dancing. And then you had Sigma in there with his little poi spinning, the little glowing orb things. That was pretty awesome. I have a video of that. That's kind of what happened on day 1.